gentlemen, tonight marks 5, flanked tonight by a special counsel, Paul Heyman. Reigns in the midst of the longest wall.
That is the level Roman Reigns is fun on, witnessing a spectacle, a historic throw a touchdown pass to win a game, like watching
Universal Championship. Only 4.
You cannot argue with those attributes.
There is not an unstoppable main event run
as the head of the table has.
Is Goldberg indeed next?
Acknowledge me.
I've talked a lot with Goldberg.
I had a chance to catch up with the Hall of Famer this week on my podcast.
But he's climbed out of that 5. He's playing with house money.
Universal Championship! Goldberg! Roman Reigns! Morales, you mentioned Bruno Sammartino. It was in fact...
Goldberg, Roman, come on, listen. Reigns oozing. Lock up to start things off. Reigns.
And then you had to think very similar.
Oh!
This Goldberg is backing Roman Reigns into the...
Oh, and a right hand.
For Roman in those early moments, being overpowered at least for an air than it is in the ring with the tribal chief.
Roman Reigns on the...
Goldberg put the brakes on.
And Reigns driven in. Goldberg will climb back into the ring as well. With a champion's advantage tonight, Goldberg has to pin or submit. Roman Reigns not happy with the treatment by Goldberg.
Got a new champion.
Yeah, but Reigns with a Uranagi included, with Goldberg startled and in his sights.
Stalking Goldberg. Is this what?
A second spear to the champion. The guillotine submission locked in.
Universal champion. This is a brilliant strategy by Roman Reigns.
Left.
Not much. Goldberg's turning dark red, almost purple.
And he's out. Goldberg's out. Reigns retains.
Universal champion
Against Brock Lesnar. As Universal champion, and we now know.
No, Lesnar has made mentions made. Brock Lesnar Elimination Chamber matchup with the WWE champion. Can the Beast pull it off?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was early on in the matchup tonight. Roman Reigns.
Goldberg delivering a thunderous spear. And the Hall of Famer fought valiantly once again.
Oh, brave. For the 29th time, 1,000 pounds with 2 miles of chain link. Coming down. History. What a moment. What a night.
The structure that has no equal.
Now, and on this night, the road to WrestleMania.
The city of Jeddah in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Brock Lesnar more dangerous. Unleash the Beast. It's title on the line.
Will face the Raw Women's Champion. Wrestle.
Division has never been hotter thanks to me.
Holy hell! The Hall of Famer is
To WrestleMania runs through the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Victim.
Welcome to the Elimination Chamber.
Now, live from the Jeddah Superdome in the Kingdom of Saudi.
live in the largest concrete dome in the world. The report from Monday Night Raw. Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. Tonight, Byron.
The WWE Universe here in Jeddah is ready to party, but of course,
Who are going to step inside that ominous structure known
شكرا لطاولة التعليق الإنجليزية أنا
on here, Superdome.
And we kick off the 2 years in the making. Roman Reigns versus the...
I'm here to rip people's faces off and get back to 2 or 22. I still think that I can go out there and be the best.
Goldberg is really taking this sport by storm.
the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight marks 5, flanked tonight by a special counsel, Paul Heyman. Reigns in the midst of the longest
Whoa, that is the level Roman Reigns is bent on witnessing a spectacle, a historic throw a touchdown pass to win a game, like watching
Universal Championship. Only 4.
You cannot argue with those attributes.
There is not
An unstoppable main event run.
as the head of the table has.
Is Goldberg indeed next?
Acknowledge me.
I've talked a lot with Goldberg
I had a chance to catch up with the Hall of Famer this week on my podcast.
himself, but he's climbed out of that fog. He's playing with house money.
Universal Championship! Goldberg! Roman Reigns! Morales, you mentioned Bruno Sammartino. It was in fact
Reigns oozing. Lock up to start things off. Reigns.
and you have to think very similar.
Oh!
This Goldberg is backing Roman Reigns into the
Oh, and a right hand.
for Roman in those early moments, being overpowered at least for an air than it is in the ring with the tribal chief.
Roman Reigns on the...
Goldberg put the brakes on.
And Reigns driven in. Goldberg will climb back into the ring as well. With a champion's advantage tonight, Goldberg has to pin or submit. Roman Reigns not happy with the treatment by Goldberg.
Got a new champion.
But Reigns with a Uranagi. With Goldberg startled and in his sights.
Stalking Goldberg.
Is this
Spear! A second spear to the champion. The guillotine submission locked in.
Universal champion. This is a brilliant strategy by Roman Reigns.
Have left.
Not much. Goldberg's turning dark red, almost purple.
And he's out. Goldberg's out. Reigns retains.
Universal champion
Gets Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion, and we now know.
No, Lesnar has made mentions made. Brock Lesnar, the Elimination Chamber matchup with the WWE Champion. Can the Beast pull it off?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was early on in the matchup tonight. Roman Reigns.
Goldberg delivering a thunderous spear. And the Hall of Famer fought valiantly once again.
Oh, Creed. For the 29th time, 1,000 pounds with 2 miles of chain link. Which weighs 20,000 pounds at WrestleMania.
Elimination Chamber! 4 other superstars in their respective pods. Access will continue until all pods are empty. The last superstar standing will be declared the winner. WrestleMania! Introducing first, from Knoxville.
SmackDown Women's Champion is going to actually enter the chamber match.
And take it. We know Bianca Belair will be the final.
When you look at the percentages, gentlemen, of the time, only one other position is badged tonight. But what is she thinking of, Corey, as she enters her first matchup?
Because no matter how bold you are, the time is a humbling and harrowing experience.
No turning back now. It's going to be go time.
Her first ever appearance inside the Elimination Chamber, but she Lynch.
Doudrop opened the eyes of the WWE Universe. Could Doudrop be the one to outlast?
They get this close to the chamber, and they look at it, how nervous.
I'm feeling the butterflies. I can't imagine.
For the TV screen, trust me, in person, it is more.
Superstars who've been in the Elimination Chamber will do. WrestleMania. I spoke to Rhea a bit earlier, minutes in a sensational appearance
Because of that effort on Monday night. If I'm Rhea Ripley, I'm hoping for gauntlet match of sorts here tonight.
Look at Rhea Ripley's chamber structure itself is a completely different
chamber. Rhea Ripley, listen to this hype around Rhea Ripley. Man, my respect to
Remember, this is the woman who burst on the scene last year and said, I went on to win the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley.
It certainly could. Rhea Ripley's strategy. Rhea knows what's at stake, as do I.
A bit delusional. Listen, there was a time now to talk to Nikki, and clearly she's resigning on a different beating her in a fair match.
Saxton, take a breath before you pass it. Nikki ASH. Perhaps she's not playing with a fully effective with her change in tactics and strategy.
That was JBL.
No.
When her friendship with Rhea Ripley imploded, it really
From Albuquerque, New Jersey.
Liv is the most experienced woman in the
role of habitual runner-up. Relations seems to come up short. If Liv...
I agree with you, Corey. The pressure is certainly on this.
Liv may have be a benefit to a competitor. You're entering this without any in the ring, inside the chamber.
Well, gentlemen, is into the Elimination Chamber. Alexa Bliss, Alexa Bliss picked up the victory.
To work against Alexa Bliss, despite all of the success she's had, does not bode well for Miss Bliss.
As the doctor said during her therapy sessions. Circles the ring.
Mind games with all of the other...
Which means Nikki ASH and
Alexa Bliss does have a swing. I don't exactly know what cured looks like.
The last woman standing will be in a main event at wrestling.
Early elimination. Great maneuver by Liv Morgan. Match situation. Rather than letting the pods open, the ring for two.
Only win the chamber match. About 12%.
That's the elbow delivered to Liv Morgan.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not sure it's a good idea to continue to try to infuriate.
Competitor still locked in the pods.
Well, again, the implosion of his friendship with Rhea Ripley really changed. Oh, and Morgan driven into the side of the chamber.
Star is going to enter the fray.
Nikki is claimed.
Very unique offense by Nikki ASH.
This is a very vicious Nikki here tonight.
Let's not. For matchup, you're not going to have an opportunity.
Who's it going to be?
Position that has seen winners 10% of the time over the years.
Looking for an ally. Some sort, and got ahead of chamber, baby.
Every woman for her.
And well for Nikki.
Oh, driven spine first.
I hope after week grows in her confidence, grows in her...
Corey was Doudrop complaining about other superstars getting...
into the chamber. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and the running senton.
Alexa Bliss realizing Ms. Bliss
dominance thus far from Doudrop.
This is just malice. Right, just in time, Doudrop hit the ring post. Exceptional.
Just saw her nightmare. Nikki AF in the back. Rhea Ripley is marching toward...
Taking advantage of Ripley, who had her back turned, but a super kick from...
Dewdrop and Ripley right back to focusing on
Nikki Cross trying to climb up the chamber walls.
Boot for the moment.
And Ripley gonna...
Nikki.
Rhea, just as well as Nikki came bouncing off the chamber. And no eliminations thus far.
The singing elimination.
Riptide
Has been eliminated.
That had to feel good for Rhea Ripley.
Nation of the night, but Rhea knows firsthand. It doesn't matter how many...
Just to get the competitor out who was eliminated.
We know Bianca earned the right to...
This would be the X Factor tackle. Whoa! And now Liv Morgan.
Alexa Bliss hasn't missed a beat.
And the insult to injury.
Right there, Vince. One person remains to...
Morgan.
Double stomp launching Liv Morgan.
Well, that's the power of Rhea. Remaining in a pod in the Elimination Chamber match. Into the pod.
That could have been Tatis.
Now Ripley.
Ripley off successfully does so.
Morgan back. Liv up top.
That may have been the confidence boost.
Went into the pod moments ago at the hands of Dewdrop. Belair enters the Elimination Chamber.
Belair fought.
Bianca Belair wants to win the chamber and make
Bliss's jaw.
Belair just got rocked.
The power of the EST. My goodness.
And dropping.
Feel the confidence growing from the EST.
Bianca
And Rhea Ripley.
Rhea and Bianca.
We're going to get round two or maybe...
And one-upsmanship.
I love it.
And Belair's not going to take that, and here we go.
Big right by Bianca, looking for the KOD.
Belair averting disaster there.
Double knee.
Alexa Bliss with the opportunity now.
Twisted Bliss to Morgan. And now Belair with a close.
Oh, but Ripley got
KOD.
At WrestleMania.
And Bianca do the unthinkable.
Cover. Is it enough to put Belair wary? The chamber will be able to advance to a main event.
To the top floor one more time.
Belair.
No! Look at the power of the E.
And again into the chamber.
Back into the ring after being bounced off of the chamber.
Nobody home. Alexa. And Bianca looking to power Alexa up back into... Connects. Oh, knees got up though. Kick it two.
What sort of cardiovascular condition Alexa? Right hand.
Yeah, but Bliss holding her own. Bianca Belair with a KOD. So Bianca Belair has punched her ticket. Becky Lynch or Lita, we'll find out that later on tonight.
To WrestleMania is crystal clear.
I disagree. To Dallas for Bianca Belair. And here, and once again, Bianca Belair. Years in a row. Work begins now for the EST.
At WrestleMania.
Oh, later on tonight, we will indeed find them.
Bobby Lashley is #1.
The following contest is a tag team with one hand tied behind her.
The Elimination Chamber, and when the lights are the...
Introducing first, she is...
Charlotte Flair, a women's title in 6 weeks at WrestleMania.
Charlotte Flair than the last time Ronda Rousey.
And her tag team partner,
Hands of authority, you have no choice. Injured arm.
Respect Sonya Deville, someone who...
Sonya Deville is actually wearing a sling tonight. Curtis Hill in a sling and Rousey with her arm tied behind her back. Sonya harassing WWE superstar
on Raw and SmackDown so that they can succeed to the...
As you would think, a WWE official should...
First, from Orlando, Florida.
Call an absolutely incredible match in Chip. And it was that match where Ronda Rousey said she'd
say the entire WWE universe if they didn't all knock Charlotte Flair off of the SmackDown Women's. All that's remembered is what is reflected in the record.
Naomi, so much pent-up emotion from 7...
Rumble match, Rowdy!
In the gi, the same judo gi that Ronda is wearing to the ring tonight, including her black belt. She is the first woman in Spot in St. Louis when Ronda Rousey won the Royal Rumble.
Has been made official. Ronda opportunity. The SmackDown Women's Champion.
Look on the face of Ronda Rousey.
Abilities, but this is just nuts.
That's how do you apply the arm bar if you have one arm?
When Charlotte Flair stepped between the ropes.
This is put in place here.
Hold on! Hold on!
Ronda with the big... Apply the arm bar if you only have one arm.
Well, we'll take advantage.
Creative.
Oh, just like that.
The thigh of Sonya Deville as a launching pad.
Opportunity. The SmackDown Women's Champion.
West, the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Charlotte and tags Sonya Deville back into the ring.
It's all mine.
Harassed for so many months by Deville. And Naomi driving Deville. Into the... And Ronda Rousey just bulldogging her way.
The sling ready.
And Charlotte with a kick and down goes.
And Charlotte Flair, brilliant
time champion.
Tag made. Here comes Flair.
Charlotte Flair using her one arm behind her back, trying to injure the...
That is the free arm. And look at these elbows to the
ice boot to the elbow of Ronda Rousey. Waited for her moment. World talking about hashtag WWE Chamber.
Scenario, had Ronda not had one arm tied behind.
Oh, why do you think
pay me the big
Deville?
bucks for it? Okay.
Flair continue to punish Rousey.
Reality's sinking in right now for Ronda Rousey. Do you think...
And tied behind her back, Corey. Of course that's going to be the case.
And Charlotte Flair with a cheap shot to Naomi.
She's in control.
And Ronda...
Right now, there's only so much Ronda Rousey can do right now.
Been beaten up. Ronda with a left.
Ronda needs to make a tag desperately, about halfway
behind her back to prevent Rousey from making the tag.
It's faked down by the opportunity. Oh my goodness. Charlotte just dismantling the free arm. Connects with a kick. Rocked Flair for a second.
Now Naomi exploding out of the corner.
Rocking Flair.
And coming for the second row kick.
You're feeling the moment, about to head outside.
Naomi crossbody lateral.
Landing on her feet.
And now Naomi stacks up Naomi for the win. Kick out at 2
at a time.
Oh, and Ronda Rousey, that was payback.
Oh, running knee by Deville. Pressed with Sonya Deville, quarterback. Try this.
Deville just wanted to be able to say that she pinned the...
After Sonya Deville, using her left hand, the southpaw. Piper's pinned by Rousey.
Woman on the planet.
Rousey's all about tonight, and she had one arm tied behind her back.
The up close and personal, exactly what she won championship against the baddest woman.
Hey, what are you doing? It's hot out here.
Seriously, another amazing, incredible, stupendous two-night. Up next from the Elimination Chamber, premium Happy Corbin's sidekick, prankster talk show that many people believe at one point.
Raw lately.
WWE is reporting that Drew here.
What do you call Drew?
Okay.
Again.
Royal Rumble, the happy folks.
Oh, we thought he'd be out for a year or so.
Looked me in the eye and told me, you're not going to make it. Right now, my attention is fully on those here. I want to hear a joke. What? They're both going to get off scot-free. Make your life hell. This is just a big count. Anywhere. I can take, my goodness, they're unlimited. Elimination Chamber will...
Anywhere match. It's anywhere in the arena. By Happy Corbin, Madcap.
He's been undefeated, right?
Absolutely. Perhaps not so much. At least Happy Corbin has been. We went to the Lamborghini dealership and made me stand out. Folks on the flight over.
Oh,
listen
gosh.
to this one.
No,
What's
please.
black? You ever cut a zebra in half, Cole?
Maybe Corbin should sign you up.
Drew McIntyre.
You could not ask for a better. Absolutely was without restriction.
Madman. He almost permanently damaged my...
To be fair, I understand Corbin and Moss attempt to let bygones be bygones. I think Drew should for time to change things. I've been here long enough. I think things change. A little unnecessary to put Madcap Moss. This...
It's easy to buy a friendship.
That's from you last night.
Ferocity in the eyes of Drew McIntyre. This is more that Drew's carrying. And I have to say, looking at Happy Corbin's face right now,
He may lose his sidekick tonight. Do nothing because there's no disqualifications.
Hard to believe that Happy Corbin was going to waste no time getting involved.
Fortunate that McIntyre doesn't have any friends in the world to come watch it. Big time clothesline.
To the outside.
Moss straight into the barricade.
Went all the way.
After that blow from Happy Corbin.
Oh, this is turning.
Corbin's out of here. All alone now with Drew McIntyre.
This is too far, Drew.
I was barely able to pop his right shoulder up.
Double team suplex by Madcap. Corbin said for months that luck can be. Maybe Moss will defy the odds.
Well, both Madcap Moss and Happy.
To be fair, I think McIntyre.
Madcap Moss now taking the fight to McIntyre. Happy night so far. He buys himself a little bit of time to regroup here.
Fueled with intensity and disdain.
Throw!
All the way to the other side of it.
Alabama strong! Right on the throw! Okay. Whatever you say, Drew. Driven right into the table, over the...
The fact that Madcap Moss is moving right now. Oh, he's being beat. This one more time.
I mean, he was...
Madcap Moss, and then launched over our announce table. And
Yeah, but maybe at this point he should just say...
Hey, the fact is he's still moving.
Oh, now McIntyre through the barricade.
Corbin duck for six.
Working in unison, putting Drew McIntyre through.
A brutal falls count anywhere match. A 2-on-1 match throughout.
Corbin cheering on Madcap Moss.
Trying to will himself up those ropes.
I don't even know how he's top.
Of Moss.
Scottish Warrior driving
Arabia. Falls count anywhere. McIntyre and Moss. Rolls through. McIntyre.
I think McIntyre realizes he may need a little...
Anyway, there's an example. Oh, that is one way to keep Corbin out of the action. Country.
A little assist from Angela.
Happy Corbin and Madcap, and it was all perfectly legal, including...
And then a Claymore from Mad.
Warning to Happy Corbin.
WWE legend Rey Mysterio.
Mouth go shut. Oh, to a victory with the help of his son Dominic. I'll find a way to even the odds. I will find myself some features, a global superstar.
Wait to find out who Miz calls.
Well, for the first time ever, the Elite. The gateway to the holy cities of quite the week for WWE superstars. Royal Kingdom dinner with an amazing stick folk dance, including plenty of laughing, is different.
Check out my stick.
She is the four-time women's champion, 18 years. Lita in a meaningful
might be the understatement of the year, Cole. This is a woman who inspired Becky Lynch to achieve.
Lita admitting she was in awe over WWE women's superstars on championship match, Becky Lynch and Lita.
WWE ring defeating Becky.
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Welcome
here in WWE. Over 5 defenses against a woman who she says was her.
Lynch made a couple weeks ago. She said, listen, if there was no Lita.
Make no mistake about it, has been training incredibly hard, even added a few new moves.
To Corey's point, I've learned new moves, new counts.
WrestleMania upside down if Lita wins.
For the Raw Women's, introducing the challenger, WWE Champion, Big Time.
This match tonight will be in a main event at WrestleMania. And that is what it's about. The Raw Women right now.
I had a chance to speak to Lita several times over the vacation, as it is for the WWE Universe to enjoy.
Byron, if you're Becky Lynch, it seems like you got everything to lose
About for the last 3 years.
Oh, Becky looking for the disarmer early on.
I'm not sure.
Lita, Trish Stratus, Tooser, a pioneer. Many have said Becky Lynch.
Oh! She followed the career of Becky Lynch from.
You're not going to play mind game
by Lita.
And a nice deep arm drag.
I wonder what kind of impact this has mentally on.
To say that Lita has gotten under the skin of the Raw Women's Champion.
Women's Champion!
Because Lita feels as though there's no weight on her. Brutality is very, very dangerous.
If she did a couple of weeks ago.
The hair and just whiplash across vision by the champion.
This could be a turning point.
No storm from Lita. You knew Lita was going to come out on fire. Becky
Lynch is inside the ring, waiting for the exact moment. Look at the expression washing over the face of the champ. This is who I am.
It was indeed Becky Lynch who told.
We're getting an example now as Becky continues to punish.
This is where the challenge now presents itself for Lita now that she's
dropped from the second rope cover now in order to retain the champion. Here's guys. The longer this match goes, it
right into the fire, so to speak, against the Raw Women. Could be another one of those instances.
And create some space in that.
Kick to the body from
Saudi Arabia, trying to will Lita on, but Becky to the neck.
Into the cover.
Cover by Lynch. Lynch is very well aware of that.
Keep the champion on the ropes for the early goings of this matchup, but now
looking for the Beck exploder just like that. She's always thinking one step ahead of her opponent at all.
To look like Lita is overmatched.
Starting to feel that internal doubt over whether or not she could.
Beck exploder.
And now Lita with an uppercut blocks another one by Becky. Lita now. Here comes Lita.
Lita unleashed.
Former 4-time women's champion.
The corner.
Lita made a career out of flying high. But Lita is attempting to disarm her yet again. Lita trying to counter, shoulders down. And Lita just managed.
Grabbing the top rope.
The official caught her, though.
We've seen Lynch use.
Trying to lock it in on the champion. Lita can win the
applied.
Let's go, come on. One. Break down.
Of Lita, realizing that as Lynch.
And now Becky went for the kick. Lita able to win the championship, and Becky at 2.
Momentum, making the climb to the top rope.
And Becky rolls.
And she cannot allow any reprieve right now for Becky
like this.
What's amazing to me is Lita's
not having any of it.
It's been a frantic pace in this matchup.
Hall of Famer.
Oh, and now Becky able to.
She gets met with a forearm.
Oh, that'll give you.
With the playbook we've seen here from Lita.
Lita gonna head up to the top rope. Becky Lynch.
Tagging Lita to the center of the ring, looking for the disarmer.
And this time, last gasp effort now for the former women's tips away.
Almost there.
Becky, the bottom rope.
Oh, man.
We've been talking about Becky's business than most people know.
That was a tremendous sequence, but Lita was able to get to the ropes.
Again, the manhandle slam was delivered. Lita having
perhaps questioning herself. How tough Lita is. The heart Lita has.
Lita's playbook.
Becky with twist of fake connects.
Oh my God!
Goodness!
Make the climb, Lita.
Lita held cover for the win. Becky can get it. I thought she had it.
I thought she had it too.
There's no turning back.
Lita's got the champs up. And a manhandle slam by Lynch.
And still the Raw.
Talk about turning back the clock. Survive. There's no other way to put it. Been so far out of her element tonight.
but she of Lita, who gave you everything she had.
If you didn't believe in that moment that Becky Lynch delivers a manhandle slam, and look at the Rich, who will now defend her Raw Women's title. Damn it, if Lita didn't make you believe tonight.
What an incredible effort tonight.
An incredible, mind-blowing performance.
Champion, but not without
exactly why she belongs where she is.
Take one more bow. The true pioneer. Meeting here tonight in the kingdom of sunlight tonight happened. Congratulations once again, brand new Hall of Famer. As first, the WWE Hall of Fame class.
Who deserves the honor more, and understandably the congratulations to the dead man.
One phenom.
3 decades of destruction, we've known him to the list. Hall of Famer.
Before WrestleMania, on a special 2 for that spectacular event in Dallas, Texas.
Standing ovation here in the Jetta Super.
And it's now time.
And it is for the SmackDown at a combined weight of 590 pounds.
Eric and Ivar looking to win the tag team titles here tonight.
They have very early success. Eric and Ivar today. They were
early advantage against Eric and Ivar.
Bell rings, looking for any advantage they can get.
Successfully defending the Universal Championship earlier tonight.
The Usos
taking a worried about the Viking Raiders in this tag team title.
Ivar
dropping him right under it.
Push to Eric and Ivar.
Oh, there's no way the horse here.
Either way, we're not going to have a SmackDown tag team champ. Ivar suplexed onto his own partner, Jimmy and Jey Uso. We the one.
Away with a premium live event night of what will be a stupendous.
There's already so much to look forward to, but how about against the woman who won this year's team for the gold?
And this situation plays at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship, the Elimination Chamber match. Brock Lesnar,
6 next at Elimination Chamber. Bobby Elimination Chamber. Let's show you how this all came about.
In a match built up over decades, one with Lesnar. At the end, Bobby Lashley.
The Elimination Chamber match is 20 years old, ended inside the chamber for the chain.
Elimination Chamber match. Introducing first, the All Lashley.
Bobby Lashley said that it's not quite fair to Lashley to defend his title.
Bobby Lashley has never met a fight in defending against some of the most elite WWE for years to come.
I hope it comes down.
As fearless as the Almighty can.
The phenomenal
Styles will enter the Elimination 4, so I know what it takes to win.
WrestleMania before. Trust me, none of this.
Standing, all wondering who's going to lead the Elimination.
Locked inside pods. Those pods will open it, and standing will become the WWE Champion.
Face of the Almighty.
Huge chip on his shoulder, and it has served him.
Much of how to navigate this treacherous terrain.
of Arcade Row,
earlier today, and he said, "Can you imagine?"
I have a mission for you guys. I actually laid in my bed last night. We champion, and quite honestly, I couldn't wipe the smile off my face.
It's a bad in a matter of moments inside of the elimination.
Amazing moments.
It's lame when he does it.
Ashley's face.
I'd rather ignore that.
Who many are thinking is a dark horse. because Austin Theory is on a McMahon. And if that's not motivation to do
all these great accolades for Austin Theory, and I agree with you. Tremendous.
Mr. McMahon, you gotta be so proud.
He called Brock the encounter with Brock.
Porus serenade us.
A Money in the Team champion, Seth Rollins has done it all.
As the WWE champion, he has not.
He is a revolutionary into the mouth of hell tonight.
First ever Elimination Chamber match. Leslie returned from a number of years.
Looks like he's ready to eat someone alive.
You do it better than Seth freaking Rollins.
To the ring, here's the winner of the 2020 Lesnar.
Do you buy inside Elimination Chamber?
Well, we know Brock Lesnar as WWE champion to have ambition. It's another to it, but it sure as hell will be no easy task.
He's already got a championship match at WrestleMania.
Will be caused by that man, Brock Lesnar.
Start. Austin Theory will start this title.
We know this is first Lesnar locked inside the pod.
Austin Theory does not seem impressed. Big time matchup. Winner.
Man, keeping a close eye on the performance of sky's the limit at that point. I mean, it would be an incredible
headline both nights.
Not forget the performance that Rollins put on.
She's at her best. The same guy.
Slammed by Austin Theory. And Theory now.
And clothesline from Austin Theory throws Rollins down.
Will Rollins be eliminated by the upstart Theory in a kick out?
Confidence on Theory's face grow as the match possible.
Rollins with a super kick, now rakes it.
At this point in the first, the Women's Elimination Chamber match, if you're Seth, Brock Lesnar.
Entirely possible, only Tim Theory.
If you start the chamber in the 1 or 2 position, number 2 is advantage. Buckle bomb into the pod. Through the pod.
I was split for the moment. Lashley had no idea. I'm not sure that Lashley's skull. Seth Rollins.
Very familiar with Seth Rollins.
Opportunity to win the WWE title tonight. The other man is in. Meanwhile, you can see medical by emergency personnel here that Lashley could be hurt.
Wrestle control away from Riddle.
An attempt by Riddle. More of WWE officials. That's Adam Pearce.
On the top rope, Riddle in all types of trouble.
Of his neck.
Rollins is able to break his own fall to a degree.
Oh my gosh.
No.
From the top rope into the cover. Hooks the leg on Riddle. That's the WWE champion Bobby Lashley now being. This is what happened. The back of his head hitting the one of the support beams a moment.
Many times Rollins showing cat-like reflexes.
Who will be out next?
What we've just seen with Bobby Lashley just
AJ Styles has made it clear he wants his WrestleMania.
Styles stacks up. Riddle kick it too.
Torture rack.
Oh no.
Hell will break loose.
Can you imagine the destruction?
A great deal of destruction on his own. Taking out Riddle.
Against Lesnar in a situation like this.
As well, by Styles.
Devised plans, contingencies, if you will, be effective.
Lesnar smiling. Lesnar was just smiling.
Placed atop the turnbuckle. Next thing you know, you're staring up at with Riddle on the middle rope.
And Styles.
Riddle trying to defend himself, reaching for it.
Hoisting up Styles.
Down and stays in it. The floating.
The wheels are turning for Riddle.
And look at paying homage to his pet. Riddle's not Randy Orton again. That's right, quick.
It just dawned on Riddle, who's
Chamber at this point. And the RKO. And Brock Lesnar a moment. F5 to Rollins.
So if Lashley can't compete, that means
Styles, Theory, and Styles still in this protocol, which means he cannot compete in this match. He will not WWE champion here tonight. Theory.
Lesnar
and F5 to AJ Styles.
Has been eliminated.
So I meant week was totally worth it. Well, Theory's got, I guess he would say, took out the trash as he tossed Styles through the.
Most chilling to see how Brock Lesnar has system.
Theory, if you friend.
Overcome Brock Lesnar.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! Theory could only stretch the Theory. Oh!
By Austin Theory.
It was desperate. Blow is going to knock it down. And Theory's got Lesnar down now.
Oh my God.
Oh, got his chance, I believe, because Brock Lesnar.
So far,
is a long way up.
Way out of the chamber.
Lesnar right on his track. But on his head.
Austin Theory is pleading, begging.
And Theory being bounced face first. Collapsing to the top of the pod.
I'm not sure I want to see.
No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Austin Theory on the top of a...
Here is your win, Brock!
The selfie, but the bigger story is this. We'll head to WrestleMania.
Corey, listen to this. Brock Lesnar is locked in for WrestleMania. Win WWE champion, because WrestleMania is going to be...
The Beast incarnate, the new WWE straight through Suplex City as Lesnar's champion.
For the 10th time, Lesnar's buzzer never went off.
So he took Lesnar, forced his way out of the pot.
And it was down to Lesnar and Theory. And Theory trying to escape desperate men.
From the top of an elimination.
As boldly as Lesnar would enter this chamber. It is sickening. F5 from the top of the...
Lesnar threw Austin Theory back.
The WWE Championship. There you go.
Medical personnel as Brock Lesnar celebrates the
carnage Lesnar would call.
I'm sure once. That would be the worst thing. Once again at WrestleMania, it is champion Brock Lesnar, WWE champion. Royal Week in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, at Elimination Chamber.